Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
Ninetailedbrush.
And tonight we're going to be reacting to the Haunting of Bly Manor, episode 4. So, last episode we left off with Peter Quint and Miss Jessel. That was a little weird. He's being really weird and possessive. And then, I'm blanking on his name, but the chef's, mom died.
Oh yeah.
Which was huge. And we found that out at the very end of the episode with the phone call.
It was like right when... It was the moment he decided that he wasn't going to go back. Right?
He decided he was going to spend the night, that one night, and then she died when he left.
I don't know if that's
super sad. It could be something too. Yeah, it might be something. Yeah. As always, full-length reaction is going to be up on Patreon. Next week's reaction is going to be also up on Patreon if you guys want to watch that. And yeah, let's see what the aftermath is, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
who the heck is this lady?
Right off the bat, I'm thinking this is our main character.
Dani?
Yes. And this is the person.
Wow.
That's
with the glowy eyes?
I mean, look at the glasses.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course I can. I see you every day.
That's a cool transition.
Wow. You like it? I think so.
We just have to get through this and then they'll leave us alone for a while.
Well, we know weddings don't go well for her, so...
Yeah. So obviously something happens. Some sort of accident, right? Because there was...
Something.
If I remember, there was blood.
Or he's actually haunting her. There's that too, right? Like...
While we were walking to school, I get down on one knee and I asked her to marry me. And she turned me down. And well, over the years, I kept asking and asking. Now, we're still pretty young, but I think we are old enough to know what we want.
I think this is his mom, right?
I've always loved about you, Danielle.
I think so.
You always seem to spot the kids that need you. I don't know, it's a silly thought. It might be a really bad idea. But...
Oh, she's gonna give her a wedding?
I remember the first time I met you. You were just the sweetest little thing.
I always hoped I'd have a daughter I could give this to. I'm so proud of my sons, but I don't think this would suit any of them. Carson. It's beautiful. I don't know what to say.
So what
This is
happened?
modern.
Oh! Funeral starts at 4. I wouldn't say we should get there early. Okay. It's quite a dress. Yeah, it's the only thing I have in black. Honestly, you don't have to go if you don't want to. Really? Is that as much? Pretty clear.
Yeah, but I feel like...
It was so long ago. And I feel like this is, Hey, Poppins. It's your day off. I promise. I don't need you to be my date.
Darren's mom's funeral.
Holy, that was kind of scary.
Is that a picture? No. I'm sorry.
She's clearly... been to one too many funerals. Also, is somebody else watching the kids, or is it actually...
I don't know, I thought they would go to the
Because they were saying it's like her day off, right?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go to the funeral too or something. I don't know.
Oh. Hello, Miss Clayton. I don't like funerals either.
So I'm just playing in a graveyard.
It's a little...
Will Lauren's mum be there?
Where?
At the funeral?
I suppose so.
My mum and dad went to theirs.
You know, your parents loved you so much that in a way they'll always be here.
They're not here. I'm sorry, Miss Clayton.
Okay, now come along, sweetie. Hands are getting wet out here.
That's a little mature for
Flora?
Flora.
Yeah.
It's a little...
But it doesn't seem as weird as Miles.
No, definitely not as Miles.
I guess you didn't make it to the funeral either. Oh, no. Not my cup of tea, sir.
Dang, I feel like...
Really?
I feel like he needed her to go, though.
Yeah.
I pay my respect to my own ways.
He understands that funerals are for the living. It's up to the living to decide what they can and cannot bear.
That's true.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah.
The au pair found that she lit her candle not in remembrance of those that she lost, but to atone for the moments she didn't remember them.
That's kind of cool. Viola Lloyd.
I thought you said you were making
I think there was that the gravestone around there or something. I feel like I saw that.
Owen isn't here.
That might have been. There was a gravestone in the.
Hate to say it, on some level, must be relief. For Owen, I mean.
That's true though. Like especially since he's kind of prepared for it. Ooh.
There's the guy again.
Yeah.
Is it Peter Quint?
Yeah.
Careful, careful.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I thought he was Peter Quint.
She's ridiculous. I'm not about looking.
True.
When you're proud, what are you doing leaving out on innocent Americans? Went to a funeral.
I just needed to leave, so I got in the car. I didn't know I was coming here until I arrived, and well.
But we saw, like, that was Peter.
Oh, yeah, of course, unless we're looking through the eyes of her, right?
That's true.
Mrs. Ghost says shepherd's pie's your favourite. So I wanted to bring it to you. Because you're my favourite.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I remembered what you told me.
Half the teaspoon of marmite in the gravy. You can taste it. Yeah, my mum used to make this when she had to go away for work. And keep the days in the fridge. She's American. And so do savage people.
You're going away now, Owen. Now you don't have to look after your mum anymore.
Why, are you sick of me?
No. No, she likes you. Really? Mrs. Ghost, tell him.
Just deal with it.
What do you mean?
When Mum and Dad died, I thought I was going to die too. I was sure of it. But then I thought that everybody could see and hear me. That was dreadful. It only felt like dying. Because actually, I was still alive. You have to be to feel that way. Dead doesn't mean gone. So, you don't need to be sad.
I don't want it watered down. I want an actual bloody drink. No.
Like, what?
Come on, both of you.
Well, don't punish Flora. She didn't do anything. And I feel like the whole dead doesn't mean gone thing has a much more eerie
Well, I mean,
undertone
I feel like
somewhere, right?
I feel like obviously it is, you know, pointing towards the fact that there are these things like walking around, right? And she probably sees them, right?
Yeah.
As well as Miles.
But who, like, there's all the real people, and then who are all these other...
That reminds me of Peter Quint a little bit. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of does.
I think I saw the weird thing in the trench coat, too, earlier.
Please don't move. You've got Peter.
Yeah. Just tell with that turtleneck sweater.
Yeah, and the trench coat.
Maybe you let him into the house. Look, I'm not angry. I'd just like for you to tell me the truth.
No. Of course not.
What are you looking at?
I'm sorry?
You do that a lot. You look over my shoulder. What are you looking at?
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, obviously, she's seeing stuff.
But what?
I'm assuming just ghosts.
But, like, just tons of ghosts, or is, you know?
I mean, it could be.
But I suppose that is pretty special. I'm saying this because I want you to know that I understand. When you talk a little bit more grown up, or You want to act like the grown-ups, I understand. I lost people a few ways in my life. But, wow. Miles, you've got some great grown-ups. Some great people here to choose for your family.
He seemed a lot more...
Toned down.
Yeah.
We're all outside.
Dude, bonfires are the best thing ever. There's nothing like bonfires.
About eating hot food when it's cold around a bonfire.
Interesting, they quite official with Frank.
There's something
Seeing
up with
cracks.
her.
Yeah, right? Like...
Oh, flashback. So, I want to know, like, he obviously... I feel like it was some sort of accident.
Okay.
You always hear that planning a wedding is one of the most stressful things a person can do. But you're doing great.
She looks terrible, dude.
And I just
Like, she looks stressed out of her mind.
We don't have to talk about any of it.
I don't know, I don't think we have to go so crazy with it.
Yeah, I thought you wanted a big wedding.
I wanted to want it, but it's just so expensive and so much.
Is that what she's kind of implying, right?
I don't know if she's implying it, but that's probably what she's feeling.
I can't think.
What didn't I do?
It's not like that.
Well, then what's it like, Danielle?
That's not fair, dude. Come on.
I do want to hear why.
This makes no sense.
I should have said something sooner. Thought I was being selfish. That I could just stick it out, and eventually I would feel how I was supposed to.
You didn't want to hurt any, huh?
And
I mean, but it is...
I love you. I'm sorry. Eddie! Eddie! You know, in the old days, I mean the really old days, we used to build giant bonfires at this time of year. Talk about the people they'd lost.
That's why they call it a bonfire, isn't it?
As I was saying, that's why it's called a bonfire.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. Even though I've watched the show.
So, anyone got any old bones to throw?
Brilliant. She was beautiful. And she was punished for it. I don't know why brilliant young women are always punished.
Dominic and Charlotte, they were good people. Old-fashioned, kind people. And their kids really miss them. Nothing can fix that. But she's a lot stronger than she thinks. And if anyone can bring Miles and Flora back to themselves, she can. I'm glad she's here.
So, my mum, Margaret Sharma, she was 67. I tried to pretend I didn't know who I was supposed to be. They didn't say any of that at the funeral. They wouldn't. They just smoothed it over and made it nice. As she would wink at you from across the breakfast table. She had a sweet tooth and a dirty laugh. She was gone long before she died. And I miss her. She was my anchor. And then I suppose she was mine. But she seemed so small at the end. But still so heavy. And until it was time to let go. And soon I'll let her go too. I'm so happy. Wait for you. I hope you know.
Excuse me!
That's got to be so bad. And it just compounds.
I'm not gonna ask if you're alright, because I don't like being lied to. So what's wrong? I told you about my fiance earlier, didn't I?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was, hoping we'd, get around to that one. Yeah. He died and I sometimes, it's like, I see him. I'm so sorry. We were about to break up. I'd broken. Is he here now? Did you know I'll sort him out for you if I have to? Seriously, Poppers. How are you still standing? Think I'm crazy? I think you're surprisingly sane, considering.
Ooh.
That wasn't even a reflection.
No.
Jamie?
You were just telling me, literally telling me that you weren't up for this.
Just let's get back. Another night, maybe. Another time, maybe. You've not been answering your phone, so I thought I'd come round. I'm sorry, Judy. It's been a bad time. Oh, of course. Oh, my favorite. Yeah. Thanks. No, I brought something else too. It's it's silly, sort of, but I thought you might like to have these. I can't bear throwing them away, so I thought, please. Okay, of course. Thank you. Daniel.
I mean, I feel like she's like guilty and everything, right?
Hella gross.
I'm gonna talk more about it after.
Yeah, yeah.
Alcohol you later.
You can't just blindside us with the pun of that magnitude.
So good.
I mean, did they put out the fire? Like,
I mean, she left Hannah, so.
true. Just make sure that she's not, tipsy and stuff.
That's true.
I don't know. It like shows where.
Is it like a tracker?
Yeah, it feels like that.
Miles?
Where was she at exactly? What did it look?
I don't know. There was some weird big bedpost or something.
Yeah, it looked weird.
What the heck are you doing down here? Flora had one. Okay, let's get you two back to bed. Well, you should be in bed.
No, that I won't.
This is just like when they locked her in the closet, right?
A creature in my bed. And it knew my name. And I was reaching out, and it knew my name. And it said it wanted to do awful things. It was me, Mum.
I am so sorry, Flora. That sounds like an awful dream.
Hurry.
Well, it went by.
No, but what do you mean?
Okay.
Just because it went by.
Just a minute. Just.
I mean, the problem is she's like tipsy, which doesn't help.
Okay, but Flora's saying just a few minutes more. She doesn't want her to go
Yeah.
somewhere.
Could I have a glass of milk?
Earth.
They're directing her once again.
But Miles is kind of useless.
But I mean, he's not acting like his mature self or
No,
something.
he seemed really scared.
Yeah. They both see it though. They both see that ghost.
But Flora's like more chill.
That's why there's those footprints
Yes.
and stuff.
But like, how? It's not even possible they could have left.
Wow. That's a big...
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
It's just you and me then. Huh?
A little different, right?
Yeah. It was like, we finally got the backstory as far as our main character is concerned,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's
So I didn't know quite exactly how it was going to happen. I didn't expect them to kind of end up like that towards the end, right? I could definitely see her
something
being
was off.
uncomfortable with the mom.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that it was because she was feeling overwhelmed by it, and she was only, marrying him because she didn't want to disappoint people.
Yeah.
But I thought it was something else, like, because the son, what's his name? Oh, what is his name?
No, I don't remember.
But he was always talking about, well, not always, but he mentioned that how his mom would rather have her as her kid or something like that, right? And so I was thinking, like, oh, maybe he's feeling uncomfortable because of that, And,
Yeah.
the whole thing with the dress and wanting a girl.
I think that was some of it, though. I do think it was
Okay.
I always took it as like, I think they could have gotten married even at some point. And I do think she really did love him. I think it was just like, he kind of did it, and, maybe he proposed and she didn't know what to do. And so then, of course, she said yes. And then there's this big party of people, and then her mom's given the dress, and then you're getting married. It was like one of those things. And
Yeah, I mean, it's
she's
very...
kind of quieter and sweet, so she doesn't want to say anything. And then
it is very
he has like a
understandable.
big family, and they're all rich, and there's all this pressure.
Yeah, it is very understandable that she did what she did, And it's like, if they... I mean, it is a big decision, right?
Yeah.
And so, of course, the smart thing to do is, take it slow. Don't rush into things. It's a serious decision, and so you got to really put a lot of thought into it. And I feel like, communication, of course, is a big thing. But, of course, she has her own, personality, which comes with its own flaws. And one of them being she might, hold on to things that are important, but because of the fact that she doesn't want to disappoint people.
I could also see myself thinking it, like, maybe you're just having second thoughts, or like, but it's not, like, I could see myself kind of being like, oh, you're just like don't worry about it, you're just getting nervous and worried. And like, I completely get that whole sentiment at the end where she was like, I did just think it was nerves, and then it got closer and closer, and I realized it wasn't, and I know this is terrible, but I didn't really know till now. Which is why I felt like it was so harsh for her, because he was so,
Yeah, but
heartbroken
I
by
can
it.
definitely understand.
Of course. I mean, like, obviously it was
his
way
side,
too far, too, of course. But, like...
Yeah, so it's like... It's... Once again, it is just unfortunate circumstances. Human mistakes led to them. And it's like, can you say, like, who's in the wrong? No, it's kind of like Hill House. Like, is anyone in the wrong? Not really,
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's just unfortunate. And he happened to die at that time, which is terrible, And I feel like what she sees is kind of just... I mean, like, I can't even say it's a ghost.
I feel like...
It's just haunting. It's a haunting of... It's a symbolism of her almost guilt that she feels, and the fact that she is kind of consistently having to lie even after the fact because they don't know the full story, right?
Yeah.
And so she's always having to, pretend like...
But I feel like I get that. Like, I feel like
No, of course. Like,
I feel like it's like when you're that far in, you can't just be like, oh, but before your son died, I did break up with him. Like, you can't.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
tough because, like, you remember, if you say that, like, that's very... Like, people think that, okay, like, being honest is good, right?
Yeah.
But there are times that lying being too honest will end up harming people more than it helps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
Especially
think you
in a
need to
state of-
necessarily lie, but I think that I wouldn't have said anything.
No, yeah. I mean, I feel like she just feels the guilt of constantly having to, like, she feels like she doesn't deserve all this, back patting, and like, because she feels like she wronged him at the end, maybe, and that,
Maybe she caused it, and
yeah.
And I also feel like too, if what happened wasn't the case, her having that support group would help. But because of what actually happened, it's almost like she just wants to forget it. Right? So it's like, I totally get how the mom's like, are you okay, honey, blah, blah, blah. Whereas, that's why she leaves, because she's just like, I can't.
I think she just feels bad that...
I need to forget this. I can't be a part of this anymore.
Well, I think the main thing is just that, yeah, it's like she has to lie.
Yeah.
Right? She isn't... They think that she still, was going to marry him, and so she's not exactly, telling them that, and so she always has to be like, okay, yes, I did love him, that sort of feel, she has to keep that.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, in that situation, you probably, like, even though it might take a load off of you a little bit, telling them the truth, that might do some serious damage, right? Overall, like, you might hurt them a lot, and in turn will hurt you even more.
Yeah.
Right? But she does have to, I feel like, let go of him, because in the end, she isn't really at fault, right? It's not like she's to blame. She didn't kill him, but I feel like that weighs on her, right? And that part she needs to let go.
But I feel like she's trying, you know what I mean?
No,
I feel like moving was the first step in that, and I feel like she is trying to. I don't know. I think it's a cool reveal.
Yeah.
And the way the lights are, like, why it's glowing. I thought that was cool, like the headlights and the glasses.
Yeah, I felt
really
like
cool
it was
visual.
some sort of car accident, because they did show the blood before, and it did look like, headlights, right?
Yeah,
reflecting off the glasses. So I was thinking, like, maybe did she drive and crash or something like that?
Yeah.
Right? But
it's heartbreaking, honestly.
Yeah, it's just sucky. And then
we got Owen's just horrible monologue.
Yeah, unfortunate. Which I'm not like I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the overall plot.
I don't think so. We got some weird stuff about the grave. Like, that was weird.
Yeah, like
they drew our attention to it, and then you're like,
Yeah, there were names I didn't quite recognize.
I don't think we've seen those before.
Yeah.
And then obviously the lady walking through the freaking house.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, since she has a doll of Peter Quint is there in one way or another, right? I would think that it was like ghosts was what represents the dolls, but she also has a doll.
She has dolls of real people. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh, then it could be. I mean, listen, I did have that theory before about Miles being like controlled by Peter Quint or something like that.
Yeah, but where he was in the dollhouse doesn't line up.
Yeah, it didn't line up, right? No. He was like next to the bed. I'm just wondering, like, could he be real and he's actually there and they're faking us out? They're like doing a
that last time that we saw him, it looked pretty real. It looked less spectre-y and more like regular dude walking outside a window.
Because like before we were like seeing he was like fading in and out. I was like, whoa, he's not actually there. But that one, it was like he was actually outside. He looked really real. I don't know if it was like because she was seeing Owen and maybe that was why.
Why would Owen be on the side of the house though? Right? She came from the side to the front. Owen should come down the drive.
That is true. I just don't know. Could he be real? Like,
right when you thought you had it, now you have more questions.
Yeah, and I also had questions about Mrs. Gross too, right? She's like, there has to be something there because they always turn our attention toward it. Right?
She just seems really out of it.
But why? Like, what is the reason? I mean, obviously, like, if we didn't see the whole crack thing, like, I would think possibly she's trying to kind of, sad because of the passing of Owen's mom. Maybe she's feeling, secondary hits from that. But because we keep going to, like, her seeing these things that aren't actually there, and her kind of spacing out a lot, it feels like there's something more to it, you know? And so I'm wondering, like, you know, what exactly is going on there?
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, thank you guys for watching. Full-length reaction is going to be up on Patreon, like I said, and next week's reaction is going to be up there if you guys want to go check that out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We will see you all in the next video.